when I'm working with my clients, we're able to get to some of the core things that get in the way from them living their life full out. So whether that means being abundant financially, or being in a romantic relationship, or being successful in their business. A lot of times what happens to clients that I've worked with is that they have, hi Angelo, they've taken all the courses and they've worked with people and they've seen therapists, but they haven't gotten to the underlying or core issue that is preventing them from having this full life that we are actually really divinely entitled to because you exist as a human. I really do believe that. And we are in these times right now where the energy is supporting us in doing that. The part that we have in it is in letting go of the things that are not serving us anymore, the beliefs, the relationships that we're holding on to, the behaviors that we have that are not in alignment with what it is that we truly want for ourselves. And so one of the things is how we give away our power. So that's what we talk about today, is like the ways that we give away our power and how that can actually be in the way of us experiencing the life that we want to live. Okay, so a lot of these things happen in in our younger years. We create these protective mechanisms that prevent us from being more authentic or being vulnerable and opening our hearts. We create these protective mechanisms from being seen. And really what the world wants is all of us authentically showing up in this world. And so, all right, back to power. So this week in particular, we are being guided, especially today's like the 8-8 energy. We are being guided to truly own who we are, our authentic self. And so what does that mean? So what that means is someone who is in their power is they're taking full responsibility for their life. They have connection and relationship with themselves, and they're in tune with their creative power, their innate abilities, and their natural gifts. And so when we're not in our power, life happens to us. But when we're in our power, life happens for and with us. And it is about a perspective shift, and it is about raising our energetic vibration beyond these protective mechanisms and beliefs that we would carry on, that we picked up from society or from circumstances that happened from when we were younger. So when we start to shift into being in our power, and I know a lot of people get triggered by the word power, and that is definitely up for some global healing right now. So if you can just think about it, about being in your power, it's just like really just like owning all of who you are and being your full authentic self. And so it's like when we're not in our power, we're not able to manifest. We're not able to create the life that we want. We're not able to attract the opportunities that we wish to experience. And when we are in our power, it is like life is so easy and magical, and we're in the flow, and it really does feel like we're being cared for. So when we're shifting our energy to be in our power, we go from chaos to creation, or from overwhelm to opportunities, or from anger and into action, or fear into love, or victim into being that master manifester. So back to ways that we give away our power. Because remember, like any action we take, or we're giving a message to the universe. We're anytime we're doing something over and over again, we're aligning that vibration, and telling the universe we want more of this. This is how I want to live my life. Let's see, I think I have like 7 or 8 ways that we give away our power, and then I'll also follow up with ways that we can reclaim our power. So the first thing is blaming others for our circumstances or our feelings. So when we say anything like, I feel like this because of this thing happened, or I feel this way because of, something you did, we're actually taking the responsibility of our feelings and handing them to somebody else. And so it's like, well, now you're in control of that. So whatever you do or whatever happens is now in your power. So that's a way we give away our powers, when we're blaming circumstances or we're blaming other people for our feelings. The second way is anytime we're hiding or we're shrinking or we're not being who we truly are just so that we can fit in or not disrupt things. Or, I mean, some of this stuff comes from like, you know, when we were little and, you know, I don't know about you, but I was told to go play in traffic, you know, so I was kind of taught to like shrink and be quiet. And maybe some of you guys have too, or maybe, you know, I worked with a client. This story is just coming to mind immediately right now. It was something around grade school, 3rd or 5th grade. She had to go up to the front of the class, and she got, something had happened to her. I don't remember the details honestly, but what I do remember is through that healing session, we reclaimed that part of her that was still kind of stuck in front of that chalkboard, in front of that classroom, and brought it back. But all of these years, we'll say, I don't know, I'm just going to guess maybe 50 years, she was carrying around this belief that being in front of people, she would feel, I don't know what the right word is, but she was very uncomfortable. And now she's actually expressing herself more. Like very soon after the healing work that we did together, she started to take some musical lessons, and now she's actually been performing in that way. So it's like, you know, it's like so crazy how the inner things actually open up for people to have different kinds of experiences. So she's actually being able to be more creative now. 3. So when we put others' needs before our own, we're letting the universe know that we're not important. We're saying, okay, I'm going to give away my power of taking care of myself, and I'm going to give my power to you. And so that comes along with like people pleasing and wanting to be liked. And the truth is like, you are the most important person. Let me make sure that you hear this clearly. You are the most important person in your life. But here's the deal. It doesn't mean that nobody else matters. It just means that you're going to be able to be more available to other people when you're taking care of yourself first. Because if you have been into any of this people pleasing thing, part of that, you start to become resentful of others. And then you start to get really, jealous or, angry at other people that are, actually enjoying themselves or taking care of themselves because you're not taking care of yourself. So anytime you're having any kind of anger or jealousy come up, just take a look at like, all right, where is that really coming from? So how do we give away our power? Putting others' needs first. Number 4, when we spend time with other people that don't value us, like you have to know you're a very valuable commodity. And if you're spending your time with people who do not appreciate, see, and value you, you're giving away your power. Let's see. Number 5, telling old stories over and over and over again. Just how the way that you weren't treated right, or the bad thing that happened to you, or how this one did you wrong, or how this one's not treating you right. Any time that you're telling a story that has a lower vibration or doesn't feel good over and over again, you're giving away your power. Number 5, when we allow others to decide what's right for us, we're giving away our power. I gave away my power for a very long time, where I felt like I had to be in the right job or the right relationship or have the right amount of cash in my bank account or drive the right car. And I will tell you right now, anybody who is coming across this video or watching right now, I would probably put a pretty big wager that there is a part of you that really just wants to come out into this world, that really wants to just be the full expression of who you are and just live your life however you want to live it. So that means like making your own rules around, what your relationship means or what your job looks like or the value that you bring into this world. So anytime that we're, trying to fit in by doing the right thing, we're giving away our power. And so number 7, it is the last one. And again, these are just like general ones that I just kind of threw together so that you guys can understand like the different subtle ways that we give away our energy, give away our power and our energy actually. And so number 7, how do we give away our power? We doubt ourselves. We nobody is more of an expert on you and your life than you are. So, yeah, and this is coming from a coach and a healer who actually, my mission is to guide you to remembering how amazing and awesome and powerful you truly are. So when we doubt ourselves or give any energy or thought to our, oh, thank you, Gina, give any energy to our doubts, we're giving away our power. Okay, so like I said, those are just a handful of things. So if you resonated with any of those, and maybe I started to get your mind to start percolating about, all right, how do I give away my power? And if you start to pay attention, you'll feel it in your body too. So some of the ways that we can start to heal this or to start to shift this is, or start to take our power back, is to ask ourselves, where does this belief come from? Or where does this behavior come from? Anytime maybe you shrink yourself back or you hide or you're not showing up or you have an inspiration to do something but you don't follow through, or you're making choices that aren't aligned with your truest intention. You ask like, where does this belief come from? Where does this behavior come from? I mean, like I started to say at the beginning of this, is like what, we had stuff happen to us on the childhood, on our playgrounds. We created beliefs about ourselves. We pick up stuff from society that says we should act and behave and, be a certain way. So start to ask yourself the questions. That's where the magic is, asking the questions, not trying to get rid of like, oh, I shouldn't put others first anymore. But all right, where does that come from? Because it's so important to like integrate the whole message of what your soul is trying to here to learn. Okay, so then another question you can ask yourself: how is this serving me? How is staying small serving me? How is hiding out serving me? How is not putting myself first serving me? How is spending time with people that don't know who I truly am or don't value me serving me? How are these things serving me? How is holding the belief that I'm not good enough or smart enough or pretty enough or whatever enough serving me? And another question you can ask, the last question you can ask is, how is this holding me back from what I really want to experience and feel? I'm trying to see if there's an example that comes to mind. Yeah. So one of the things that I've had to break through is to be in an energy of joy and happiness. From a very young age, there was these experiences that I had that created this program within me that anytime that I was happy or having a good time, danger would happen or something bad would happen. And so what I had developed inside myself was like, don't get too happy, don't have too much fun because something bad could happen. So when we're when we're having these behaviors, what is it that I'm really holding myself back from feeling? So I hope this is coming through clearly. If you guys have any questions, just type them in here. But here comes the good juicy part. So I'm glad you guys are still sticking with me. How do we reclaim our power? So I can share this with you intellectually, and a lot of it is, about you guys going inside and, seeing how this resonates for yourself and what shifts that you can possibly make to claim this on all levels, not just your mind, but like in your body and your spirit and your energy and the way that you live your life. So the first one, stop blaming others for what has happened or how you feel. Like really start to play with the idea of being 100% responsible for everything that happens in your life. Because like I said earlier, when we're in our power, life is for us. And the things that are happening are for us. So, when I had a huge relationship, a shift happened for me 11 years ago, where I was engaged and we had a house and and we split up. And at that point in my life, I thought, oh my God, my life is over. But actually, it was the best thing that happened because it led me to going so deep within myself. And now I'm on this healing path helping others. So so stop blaming others and just know that life is happening for you. Number two, in reclaiming our power, share more of who you are in the world. Like, are you funny? Like, just start telling your jokes. Do you like to wear different kinds of clothing? Do you love to wear tons of jewelry? Do you want to share more of who you are on Facebook Live, or, just when you're showing up, there are people that are waiting for you to show up. So share more of who you are with the world. Your hiding serves no one. And go inside and heal whatever fears you have about fully showing up and fully being seen. This is the exact time to be doing it. So number three, how do we reclaim our power? Take care of yourself first. I said a little bit of that before. I mean, that's why they tell us more on the airplane to put your oxygen mask on first, because when you're fully being nourished, you're going to be more available to the people around you. I know it's so hard, but I'm going to be brutally honest with you right now. You have to take a look at how, are you people pleasing? Is your value only coming from doing things from others? Because that needs to be shifted. Because when we are taking care of ourselves fully and first, the world around us is going to reflect that back to us. The relationship that we have with ourselves is going to be mirrored by other people. So if you're coming across people who aren't giving you what you need or want, or that exchange that you want to have, you got to take a look at, how am I taking care of myself first? Just reading a couple of things. Thank you, Gina. Let's see. Okay, number 4, how do we take back our power? Say no to others when the situation calls for it. It's one of the challenges that people are so, I can feel my heart pounding right now when I tap into that energy, is like people are so afraid to say no to others because they're afraid of the disappointment that they're going to feel, or they're afraid that somebody else is going to get mad at them. And the truth is that we have no control over how anybody responds to us, right? It's like they're going to have whatever experience that they're going to have, but we have to take care of ourselves first. So what happens is when we say no to others, we equivocally say yes to ourselves. So that's a way of reclaiming power, is that we say no to others, but we actually are also saying yes to ourselves. Let's see, number 5, in reclaiming our power. Speak more about what you want to experience in your feelings and in your life. So remember earlier I was saying about the stories, about, the stories of the things that have happened to us or what's happening to us. Start to share more about what it is that you want to experience, or share more about the great things that have happened. I remember when I was in corporate for so many years and I was moving into this work, I started to feel a little isolated, because the only way that people would really connect in the office would to be like bitch and complain about stuff. And that's not the energy I wanted to be in anymore, because I actually started to see, like, as I worked on my own vibration, those conversations weren't in alignment anymore. And so as you're reclaiming your power, some of your relationships might shift, but I will tell you, better ones will come in. So speak about what you really want to experience. And yes, we do, we are going through circumstances and experiences that we do need help and healing and assistance from. But when we're telling 17 or 100 people, that builds on the energy. So now I told one person and now it's in their field. And then I told another person and it's in their field. And this problem that I'm bitching and complaining about is building its own little energy. And it really does create a ball of energy, a field of energy. So when you're talking and you're needing support with someone or going through a situation, talk to people that are going to be able, like just talk to like one or two people, like don't be, because what it does is then that also builds that inner vibration in yourself about what's wrong with life and who's done you wrong and how you're a victim and how you've been betrayed. So get the healing support you need, but don't tell the story to everyone. So the opposite of that is to talk about what you really want to feel and what you really want to experience. Number 6, own your desires, your needs, and your wants, and how you wish to live your life. Like I said before, there are so many people that I'm coming across right now that are really just wanting to live full out. They want to be the full expression of they are. They want to be their crazy, wild selves. They want to be eccentric. They want to be outspoken. They want to be artistic. They want to, walk around life with flair. And we're so worried about what everybody else thinks. And when you start to, so maybe it's like a little scary to jump on a live Facebook video and share how you feel, or wear that wild outfit, or put yourself on the online dating. So if you start to just get clear within yourselves, like, what your true desires are, what your needs are, what your wants are, and start to get okay with that inside of you, life will actually start to line up for you and bring the right people and the circumstances along. And you'll stop attracting people who bump up against the way that you want to live your life and the decisions that you make. Those people that are judgmental and feel like you should live a certain way or behave a certain way. When we get right within ourselves and we own what we want, that's reclaiming our power. And we're going to stop attracting people that bump up against us. Okay, let's see. Number 7. I did say this a little bit earlier, but take a 100% responsibility for what you are creating in your life. What more can I say about that? Start playing a little game. Something happens that maybe if you start to catch yourself in response mode or reactive mode, like catch yourself in and play the game with like, oh, I created this. Oh, I created this. Or, and that could be a little harsh in a way that we spiritually beat ourselves up. So be careful where you go with that, but really play with the game. Or, hey, like, the universe and I have created this, or, God and I, or whoever you believe in, have created this. And even take it a step further and say, this is for me somehow, whatever is happening right now is for me. And actually you added an extra one here, number 8, for how to reclaim your power. Trust yourself. Practice and keep practicing until it becomes natural. It's like, I don't know about, anybody here who might be listening. You make a decision. Maybe a lot of the times, actually, it's some big decisions that we make, and then we start doubting ourselves and start, going over and over again if that was the right decision. Keep your, reclaim your energy, hold it. Yes, that was the right decision. And then if something doesn't go the way that you wanted it to, or had expected it to, again, we know life is for us, 1. And 2, it's not because you made the wrong decision. It was the exact right decision at the time. So trust yourself. Oh, look I did make another one. Number 9. So I'm all about reclaiming your power. So there's a whole bunch of extras compared to like how we give away our power. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. And that is a lot of what you are, like all of us, are likely being supported this week, is about really standing true to what we believe in and how we want to live our life, and what it is that we're here to create in this world. I'm getting goosebumps all over my arms. So I feel like this must be resonating with some of you guys. So speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. And this even goes to like dropping into our authentic and vulnerable selves. It's like when we really care about someone and we want to say it, or if someone has hurt our feelings and we want to share it. And, going back to, it's not blaming someone for our feelings, but hey, when you said this, I felt like this. You guys can even look up nonviolent communication. That's a way of doing that. Thank you, Patty. All right, so hopefully some of that has helped you get an idea of, all right, how might I be giving away my power, and the importance of when we are claiming our full power, and how it has such a direct impact in the relationships that we have and the experiences we attract, and what is possible in our lives. So while some of this may come through on an intellectual level, I hope that you'll take some of the questions that I offered to kind of go in a little bit deeper, and then really start to see, when your body is responding to some of the things that you say or some of the actions that you're taking, your body's going to communicate to you when you're giving away your power. Yeah, because right now what's happening is what's been happening is the ways the ways that we've been operating in the world and the ways that we've been interacting in relationships and the mechanisms that we have are no longer working. And so as those are releasing, we're starting to see some parts of ourselves that we may have dismissed or not wanted to see, or aren't as pretty as we'd like them to see. So maybe I don't know, just the hurt parts of ourselves, or the parts of us that have beliefs that we're not worthy, or that we're not amazing, and we are amazing. So we just have to get the BS out of the way that is not allowing us to remember. So as you're going through this process of aligning with your power, always come back to radical self-love, loving all of the parts of you that come up, and any of the parts that feel vulnerable or uncomfortable, or and just know that you're being supported energetically and from your soul and your soul team to really just own all of who you are. So what else do I have to say here? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, here's the thing, is that when we're making this transition from giving away our power to reclaiming our power, there are going to be parts of us that feel like if we let go of these protective mechanisms, that we will actually not survive or will be annihilated or killed. It's because it's like, I see this often when people are wanting to, create a business or step out into life and attract love, or even just be in regular, expand their friendship circle, is that, we've protected our hearts so much from the pains in the past that we keep ourselves hidden because there's a part of us that says, oh, we're going to be annihilated or killed. So I just want to let you guys know that may come up, and that's where radical self-love comes in, is we come in and you be with that part and you integrate it and love it and let it know it's going to be safe. And as you let it go, there is so much more freedom and synchronicity and joy and bliss on the other side of these damn mechanisms. Let me see. I would love to support you. The energy that is moving through is really powerful, and I have a very strong intuition that helps me get to the core of whatever block or mechanism that you have going on, and really support you in owning the truth and miracle and magnificence that you really are. But to summarize, we're in a time and space where the world wants all of us to be authentically showing up, and the only thing in our way is ourselves, and all that we desire is totally possible. So feel free to reach out to me here, or send a private message, or email me, kellyann@kellyancorey.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. So, and thank you so much. I love you. Thanks for joining. And if this was helpful, I'd love for you to share. I hope to see you soon. Bye.